I want to introduce you today to Mauricio Castrillon. Mauricio, good morning.
Good morning. I couldn't unmute myself.
You couldn't? Okay, let me.
Now I can.
Okay. And are you able to show your camera? Yes, okay, there you are. Okay, fantastic. Mauricio is, as many of you know, our Vice President for Sales and Marketing. And thank you very much for being here today, Mauricio. It's a very exciting day for both of us. I know that. And we love to get together with you guys once a year. We used to do it in person. We've been doing it remote for the past 2 years. This is the 3rd year that we're doing this remote. And we feel that it gives more people the opportunity to be with us. Also with us is Idit. Good morning, Idit.
Good morning, everybody.
How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. Very well, thank you.
Great, absolutely. Thank you, Idit, for being with us. Idit, we know her as the SAP Business One expert at SAP, but that is no longer your position, correct, Idit? You have evolved.
I'm wearing a few hats today, so I am doing some other stuff with SAP, but Business One is forever in my heart, and I'm still doing Business One as well.
Thank you, Idit. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's always an honor. Idit has been participating in our customer days for many, many years now, and we think that's what elevates our customer dates to a whole new level. So we really appreciate you making the time to be here with us again. We know that you love our customers almost as much as we do, and we appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
Very, very much. So, Mauricio, if you are ready to start sharing your presentation, I think we'll start with you with a quick overview of what we've been doing at Consensus for the last year, and also a little bit of what is coming next.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I myself, I'm going to turn off my camera now, Idit. I don't know if you prefer to stay on camera or off camera, yeah. And then when we go to your presentation, then maybe we can light it again.
Excellent. Let me see if I can share my screen, if you allow me.
Yes.
All right, I need to share my screen. Fantastic. I hope you can see my screen well.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. It's my privilege to welcome you officially to 2022's Consensus Customer Day. Over the next few minutes, I am going to give you a little bit of an update, very briefly talking about what has happened in the past year with Consensus specifically. And then want to introduce something that is a topic that is near to my heart, which is the evolution of companies based on the current status of where you are with the technology suite that you have implemented or are in process of implementing, and how we're going to be moving on forward towards the ultimate stage of becoming an intelligent enterprise. But there are a few other elements that I want to touch with you that we believe are important, and we sometimes tend to leave a little bit behind, if you will, or neglect for that matter. Now, usually these initial introductions of how Consensus is and so forth is being presented by Andres, who is my brother. Unfortunately, over the past few weeks and over the next few weeks and probably a few more months, Andres is not going to be with us. And the reason is he had a medical issue They found by total chance a benign tumor in his head. He was he had to have a little bit of a very short notice type of emergency type of brain surgery to remove the tumor. The good news is that they removed everything. The bad news is that it's going to take a little while until Andres has full recovery. It affected one of his eyes at one point. And so and the doctors have prescribed him to have very minimal access to, excuse me, I was supposed to be sharing my video, to have very minimal access to the technology devices and so forth. His recovery is going well, but we need to be a little bit more patient. The good news is that the leadership team at Consensus and everyone within the organization is performing the roles as intended. And so, which shows that maybe Andres wasn't needed in the first place. No, I'm just kidding. I've been trying to double down a little bit on some of his functions, but it is my pleasure again to be here with you. Are you seeing my video, my screen? I'm not sure if you are.
Yes, we are.
All right, fantastic. So the first thing that I want to share with you also, and this is how we usually start, is to remind you that we are a values-driven organization. There is an acronym that we like to use. It's called CTEC. Being a technology-based company, it helps us to remember or to keep those values in mind. We work with creativity and proficiency. We work with you in teamwork. We try to make it seamless so that your organization and our organization work seamlessly as one team for the purpose of the success of your project. We try to wear your shoes. We need to have empathy. We try to feel your pain whenever there are issues and whenever there are things that are not going well. And of course, customer-centric. That is the centralmost thing that we do. We need to, anything that we do and everything that we do is towards making sure that that you and your teams are as successful and as possible. And probably the number one thing in everyone at Consensus mind, and this is something that you need to understand clearly, that we feel it and live it, is honesty and integrity. There is anything that we do, it has the good intention and honest. We do make mistakes, but those are honest mistakes. We're not always on time based on your expectations, but we believe that we'll try to do much better next time. So thanks for your feedback, thanks for your patience, and thanks for being with us. Now, very briefly, what has happened over the past year? One of the things that we have invested a lot is in technologies and resources for our customer support team. So we have increased resources. Since a couple years ago, we have tripled the resources that we have in both in the support organization and the way we follow up with our tickets. The other thing that has happened, and similar to what a lot of companies have gone through, well, all companies have gone through in the past probably couple of years, with the Great Resignations or the the significantly lower unemployment rates that we have in the U.S. We had some rotations in terms of our consultants. One of the things that we did is, rather than looking for or having, more junior consultants that we develop. We're trying to bring in resources that are seasoned, that have significant experience both in business and in SAP. So we have grown, and hopefully over the next few days we're going to be bringing additional resources as well, because we've had tremendous success this year. There are a lot of projects going on, and I'm sure there are a lot of projects in all of our business partners, all of you that could benefit from as well. So that is the clear intention. Now, in terms of technology, one of the things that SAP was missing over the past few years, and specifically here in the Americas, was the possibility of have a native POS system, fully integrated with SAP, an SAP POS system, point of sale system. SAP launched in Europe what they called customer checkout, and our colleagues from Colombia localized customer checkout for the localizations in Latin America, or at least some of them, and they helped us to localize it for the US. So we brought in customer checkout, and it's already been implemented in several customers here in the US. The good news is, over the next few days, weeks, I would probably say, and probably not even that, SAP will have the localization native to the US operation. So, excuse me, those of you who have, for instance, who have wholesale operations and would benefit from doing some type of retail sale to your customers or public out of a warehouse, for instance, we have a solution for you, a very inexpensive and powerful point of sale for you to be able to add, for instance, a channel, if that is the case. In terms of the tools that we want to optimize and provide your organizations, we have made tremendous progress. One of the things is that you can find on our portal, the ability for you and everyone within your organization to do e-learning. The e-learning from SAP, the Learning Hub is a phenomenal tool. You can adapt it to your own requirements, and I strongly suggest for all of you to take and make the best use of that. For those new users, for instance, there is a specific learning for beginners, and as I mentioned, you customize it to your own requirements. One of the sessions that we're having that we have each year, and that we're having this in these sessions of our yearly customer day, are the Business One tips and tricks. Well, this Business One tips and tricks, you can find them in your in the portal as well. But one of the latest additions of SAP in our modern solution is the web client. This web client is available for some of the functions. Idit is going to share with us additional improvements on that, and there is also content for you to learn the things that you can do and how to use the web client for your operations. In essence, what we want to do is to provide you with continuous user enablement, so that you can don't make this as a one-off type of service when you implement. This should be a continuous enablement process for you, and this is what we're trying to provide. So please take advantage of all these tools for not only for new employees, those companies that are starting to implement SAP Business One. This is phenomenal, and also for those of you who have been using SAP Business One for a while now. Let's get into the nuts and grits of my presentation. The years ahead. So this is what happened in the past. Now let's take a look at what's going to what should happen. I want to motivate you into taking the next step into the this learning continuum and the development continuum into the intelligent enterprise. Now, what has happened? Let's take a look at the economic outlook. For those of you who have not been exposed to SAP's intelligent enterprise model, it's a little bit of a fashion, but more than that is it should be a holistic type of platform, and that's what SAP Business One brings. And SAP is adding a new approach to taking the next step beyond within the intelligent enterprise, and that's where the business technology platform, and within the business technology platform, the way to automate processes as much as possible. And I'm going to touch very briefly about robotic process automation. It sounds like Star Wars type of thing, but it is already available, and you should take advantage of that. Brings significant advantages in terms of efficiencies to the organization. And one last message, and let me save that for last. Now, what's happened since the pandemic hit the world? One of the things is, we were dipped into a recession. Last year, we had tremendous growth based on the on the negative numbers that we had the year before, and this year the numbers started to dip to lower down or normalize, if you will, for a lack of a better word, which is exactly what's happening this year. Now, these numbers were a little bit offset or a little bit impacted, or not so much little, but were impacted because of the fact that the supply chain issues that started because of the pandemic have been lingering on. And by now, we should be over these supply chain issues. But then earlier this year, in March, we were all dragged down into a war in Eastern Europe when Russia invaded our friends from Ukraine, and ever since then we've been a little bit over 8 months in a senseless war that has impacted a lot, both from the commodities type of availability, and of course the normal impact in terms of resources like gas and oil, where Russia plays a key role, and the impact in Europe in terms of their gas is specifically resource that it's so critical for them to heating in these coming winter. The good news that we've had this year is we had a couple quarters of negative GDP, gross domestic product, but this past quarter, the third quarter, we have very nice numbers, a 2.6 growth compared to the 2.4 that was the expectation in the industry. Overall, we're going to have an estimate of 1.6 positive number, and the little bit of a threat of a possible recession that we're going to be facing in 2023. The consensus at this point intended, the consensus at this point is that we will not have a recession, but the growth is going to be lower. So a 1% GDP growth for 2023, and hopefully 2024 on. The issue in in Russia should be hopefully should be solved and taken care of, and we should be able to get back to our normal selves. So this is where we are. The good news is that the threat that we have for a recession was placed on Q3 with a positive growth, and it seems like even though we're not going to have the numbers that we enjoyed in 2021, to 5.7% here in the U.S., at least we're not going to be in negative numbers for the following year. What does that mean for us? That means that we need to do a couple things. One of them is we need to be as efficient as possible. We need to make sure that we save as much as possible. We need to make sure that we raise as much waste as possible. And all of us in small and medium-sized companies, we have a lot of inefficiencies that sometimes we don't know we have. We need to make sure that we bring those because they impact our bottom line significantly in some of them, as I mentioned, without even knowing. And that is the first thing. The other thing is we need to ask ourselves, how is it that how can I sell more? What other channels could I have to bring my goods, products, or services to my potential customers? What is it that I can do? So, and this means how can I be more effective? And with the efficiencies, how can I be more, with the savings, how can I be more efficient? And that is where the the intelligent enterprise helps you optimize both of those worlds. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, in terms of intelligent enterprise, what we're referring to the intelligent systems. For those of you who are not familiar with the intelligent enterprise model from SAP, what you see on the top right hand is the intelligence suite. In the intelligence suite, you have the digital core, and the digital core is SAP, centered around SAP Business One now and all your processes, right? And the way that you improve your customer experience, the way that you manage supply chain and your manufacturing operations, the way that you provide information for your people to be able to be as smart as possible, recognizing that everyone is smart, and when we come together, everyone we have a genius type of company. And then the way to be able to bring our products to more people, the way that we can integrate with the world outside. Now, in the bottom part that you see the digital platform. In the digital platform, you have the infrastructure, and in the infrastructure you have the big data management. How can I take advantage with analytics of the wealth of information that you have or that you're going to have in a continuous form, and cloud platforms. And let me stop a minute to say, please, for those of you that still are not considering going to cloud, take a look at that. Take a look at the cloud. It brings significant safety to your operations, eliminating the disruptions, of course, and making sure that the experience that your customers, and of course your internal talent have is as optimal as possible with downgrades, and eliminates a lot of headaches for companies that have in-house infrastructure or own computers. Now, the one in the middle, the intelligent systems, are the things that we don't feel that comfortable with. The acronyms that you see beyond this infinity symbol there, you see AI. AI starts for artificial intelligence. ML stands for machine learning. IoT is the Internet of Things, and of course, analytics. So all of those sound like Star Wars to a lot of people. The good news is that all those terms are already a reality one way or the other. And SAP Business One brings those tools into, it can bring those tools into your operations. And whenever you feel comfortable moving, going to the second phase of your digital core of your SAP Business One, implementing your processes, internally. The next phase is to take a look at those processes and see which one of those can be automated, which one of those still have some type of manual intervention, so that we can, automate it, whether it's a piece of software that takes care of that, or a machine learning type of technology. So this is something that I think is the next step for those of you who would be considering this. And in order to do that, SAP brought a new type of platform concept and sets of technology called the BTP. BTP, it stands for Business Technology Platform, and in an essence, BTP covers the database, the data management of your infrastructure, analytics. Those of you who have HANA, you can enjoy that. SQL also has improved significantly in analytics, and then application development and integration. And here is, I don't want to, for those of you who say, I don't want to go into application development. That doesn't necessarily mean for organizations to start writing code and writing new programs. These are configurations, for instance, of tools for you to integrate with the outside world, to extend the reach of your tools to more users and or customer. Business process automation, and furthermore, business process optimization. Those are tools that we can help you now, and that we have been helping a number of organizations already. And of course, you want to make sure that you provide the best user experience. Now, the other thing that I want to bring is the intelligent technologies. And there are SAP invested in tools outside that allows us to optimize on these or to take advantage of these technologies to improve your processes, and furthermore to create the efficiencies that we all are going to need over the next probably year, 2 years, and going on forward. Specifically, I'm talking about robotic process automation. And robotic process automation, it's a set of tools that allow you to automate things that up until now seem very hard to automate. When you interact with the outside world, how is it that I'm going to be able to how is it that I'm going to be forced to use as little as possible or manual intervention from my people in repetitive type of tasks that add little value to the organization, and that has two purposes. Whenever you can do that, you're improving significantly the experience of your own talent, of your own individuals. You can free up their time so that they can dedicate a time for other creative type of our strategic type of operations. And the way SAP does that is to bring, for instance, this is an example. How can we automate these processes? So SAP has a tool already in place to do what SAP calls a bot. This is a term in the industry short for robot. And this robot, it is a software, for instance, allows you to, your vendors send you, their invoices that need to be converted into AP invoices for the payments of those obligations, if you will. Now, they come in different types of formats, but usually when you have preferred vendors and they send you these PDFs, there is a way for you to scan those forms. If they come in an electronic format, you don't need to scan them. You store them in a shared file in a repository, and these bot, what they do is they read in a smart way a PDF, that AP invoice, and create the document within SAP Business One, the AP invoice, and then attach the invoice to the document, to the physical document that you got either by email or a physical AP invoice, and then start the process automatically for you without any type of manual intervention. That will free up significant time in days, a month, that your people are going to be enjoying. And again, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to pay your vendors quicker. It's going to mean that you will know exactly what resources that you have, and prevent your internal users from doing manual work that it does not need to be. Some of those tools are free of charge. Some of those processes that have been developed have some subscription fees. We will be able to share those with you once SAP gives us all the details on that. So what I want you to think is, once the intelligence suite has been implemented, there are a lot of things that you can do to be more efficient, and there are a lot of things that you can do to be more effective and to reach further channels. And please let us help you with that. One last message. Linda Hill, she is in charge of she leads the innovation program project at Harvard University, and she's been studying for many years. The digital transformation of companies, innovation in companies, leadership in companies, and she has these books and podcasts and so forth that I have found very enlightening. One of the things that I want all of you to realize as well is that innovation doesn't necessarily mean technology. Empower your people and ask them, how is it that we can improve your own processes? Not necessarily through robotic process automation, not necessarily through business process automation, but how can we do things a little different? How can we do things a little different so that we can shorten cycles for our customers, or so that we don't do unnecessary tasks or operations that add, to impacting the bottom line? The other thing that is critical is when you're doing innovation, one of the things that Linda found speaking with Fortune 100 companies is, listen, when I'm bringing technologies, and when I'm bringing technologies that are bleeding edge type of technologies, I don't really know what the end stage is going to be, right? There are a lot of things that people are doing today that, because of technology, they wouldn't imagine would be possible 5 years ago, 3 years ago. So one of the things that Linda says is, listen, as leaders of organizations, rather than having a vision, which means this is my vision, this is what I want to be, this is where I want to be, have a purpose. So this is why we're doing what we're doing. And let your people trust, and let them go, and let them innovate and change the outcomes, and redefine the things that you thought were possible. This means that you need to embrace ambiguity. Things are going to be chaotic at times, and this is a process of trying things. Some things are going to work, some things are going to fail, but the message behind all of this is you cannot ever stop innovating. You cannot ever give people the let go, the room to do the job. Trust them; they're very smart, and take action so that you can take advantage of the collective genius of your talent. Again, the underlying structure of the whole thing is the technology that will allow these people to innovate and to take your organizations to a next chapter that probably we haven't even dreamed about today. And we have a lot of examples that we can share with you anytime, any minute. The most important element in your organization is people. Everything else around technology, we can help with. Thanks so much. Any questions? Please let me know. I'll be more than glad to provide additional information and resources.
I'm muted.
Clara, you're
okay,
muted.
yes,
Okay.
I realized. Thank you so much, Mauricio, for your presentation. And yeah, what you were saying, it's true. Technology and people both are important in digital transformation. But if we need to choose one, I think it's people, right? And people's usage of that technology. Technology is a tool, but we need to empower people to innovate. Idit, it's your turn now.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Sure. Let me know that you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All right. So again, thank you for having me. It's kind of my yearly routine of having the pleasure to present to you guys. And there's been a lot going on with Business One, and I do want to share some of those. And building on Mauricio's presentation, and it really is about innovation. It really is about taking Business One to the next level. Not as much you would see developing, new modules. It's mainly going to be the smaller features, but the bigger investment is really around innovation and cloud technology. So with that said, Rainer Zeno is our head of product management for Business One, and that's a statement that I really like to quote him on, that Business One is the centerpiece of mid-market, and it is a strategic product for SAP as a company to go with SAP Business One ERP to the mid-market and the small market, and it's definitely here to stay. So I know maybe some people doubt that sometimes, but now there is no doubt at all. Business One is here to stay, together with the BTP, the Business One, the Business Technology Platform, really to take it to the next level and become an intelligent enterprise. And this is really just a reminder. I'm sure you've seen this before, but this is the Business One solution stack, where I think first and foremost is really flexibility, where you can put Business One in the cloud, you can put Business One in your office, on-premise, you can put it using Microsoft SQL as a database platform, or SAP HANA database platform. We have the integration tools that allow you to connect to all of this kind of top level. So whether it's other SAP products, whether it's other SAP ERP, whether it's our web client that I'm going to talk more about, and mobile application, intelligent technologies like big data, Internet of Things, machine learning, AI, as well as over 500 partner solutions that are out there in the Business One ecosystem, which cannot be replaced. There's so many partners building solutions that integrate to Business One, and they're using it again, our integration tools. So it's all out there. You can look at it as a platform that you can really connect everything. As Mauricio also mentioned, the SAP checkout, which is the point of sale solution. That's another example of an SAP product that connects to Business One and integrates directly to Business One, and you get the support from SAP. So it's a whole package, a whole platform for you. In terms of what's coming, again, there's not a lot of details here because we just want to deliver continuous, innovations and versions. We have recently, I guess, in the last couple of years, switched to a quarterly release cycle, which now we call feature pack. It used to be called just patch levels and major releases. Now it's feature pack. So once a quarter, we're going to have a release. There's actually one coming in a couple of weeks, in November 22nd. That's the plan. Feature pack 2208. What does it mean? It means the year of 2022, and 08 is the month, although month of August is long gone, but this is there were some delays in delivering this feature pack, but it is coming again on November. There's still going to be investment in both SQL and HANA. So SQL again is here to stay. Mobile apps that we know there's not, I can't say there is major changes in the mobile apps, but they're going to be maintained. They're going to be, features added to it. On the cloud front, there is a big strategic initiative from SAP to really make Business One more of a cloud product, because today it is basically the only on-premise solution that SAP holds, and this is actually an advantage for us. But market demand is going to the cloud. People don't want to deal with infrastructure, don't want to deal with upgrades, and really having a true cloud product going on in the next 2-3 years, having it hosted either with a partner or with SAP. And really having all the benefits of a subscription model with not dealing with the infrastructure, not dealing with the upgrade. You just come in the morning and you have a new version in place. So that's really where Business One is going. With that said, there is a big investment in the web client. So what is the web client? Web client is really Business One in the web, in a URL. And it doesn't look like it looks a little bit like the standard Business One, but it is a complete cloud-based solution that has the same exact business logic as the standard Business One. Where the reason we don't have 100% of the functionality in web client is because we really have to rewrite everything to make it compatible with being a web-based client. So what you will see is slowly with each feature pack is adding more and more functionality. And those of you that been here last year and saw my presentation of the web client last year, you're going to be amazed to see how many more features and functions we've added to the web client, which really makes it, definitely something that you can start using today. So just to kind of look through the bullet points, it is based on Fiori design, meaning that you have those tiles that each one represent an app or an application, which really translates to an object in Business One. Some of the features that are covered is CRM, sales, all the sales documents, all the purchasing documents, payments, all the payment means, master data item, business partners, activities and timesheet, service module, equipment card, solutions and service call, really the whole service module. A big part of it is really the analytics, which really brings you new stuff that we didn't have before. And a big advantage is that it's both for SQL and HANA. So those of you that are on HANA, you had some dashboarding capabilities and so on, but really for SQL, we didn't have much. And really, if anything, you can start with a web client for analytics. So you're going to see a session tomorrow that is solely focusing on the web client, and you're welcome to join. I think it's the same time, right? It's at 11. So join. You're going to see, a more detailed demo of how that looks like. In terms of deployment, again, it doesn't mean you're moving to the cloud or anything like this. You can still use on-prem deployment and just have maybe some of your users access it through a URL from any device, right? From anywhere, from any device. It has a Microsoft 365 integration, Outlook 365 integration, Teams. It has some extensibility option for user-defined tables, fields, and objects, and you can also do URL mashups, and you can add additional Fiori apps, and HTML apps into the web client. And we also have the SAP Companion, which is, I really like the name here. It's like a little friend that helps you navigate through the system. Looking forward a little bit, where we want to go with is in terms of core. So you see this little link here, customer influence. You should all be aware of this link and be able to access it, because going forward, this is what we're basing our development on. We're taking suggestions from the field, from partners and from customers. You can go in there, and if you want a new feature, a new enhancement, you go in and you enter it, and then you vote on others. And the most, the suggestions that gets the most votes get into the product. In the last feature pack of 2202, right, that was released a couple of months ago, we had about 80 features that came from the influence portal into the product. So some of them were, around purchasing and, some fine tuning on logistics. There was enhancements to authorizations. Let's say you're missing an authorization on a window. There was a lot of security compliance enhancements. A lot of enhancements to the web client. Again, this whole thing is really based on what you want, because at this point of time, the product is pretty mature. So what we really want to see is what's the little things that are missing. So again, I can't emphasize enough, go to the influence portal, see what's out there, vote on ideas that you really like. It carries a lot of weight. So going back, I got carried away a little bit. Going back, you will see, again, optimization of logistics and inventory, and really all the functions in Business One, enhancement to the usability, simplicity in using the application, enhancements around integration, with Microsoft, with Outlook. A lot of incorporation of intelligent technologies, the example that Mauricio gave you on the bots, right? So we have 6 bots that are available today. They reside in the BTP, in the business technology platform, but we also have a lot of embedded already, like the option to scan those AP invoices and bring them directly into B1 as AP invoices. This is already in. It's completely embedded. It's completely part of Business One. In the web client, you have an option to scan a business card, and automatically it's going to create a business partner master data based on the information in the business card. So using machine learning and artificial intelligence. So all those are already embedded, and we're going to add more and more as we go. We have now integration with a product called SAP Product Footprint Management and Solution for Clean Operations, which is really a really nice product that's geared for small, mid-sized customers. It's integrated into Business One to support our sustainability effort and really to allow you to track your carbon footprint of your product manufacturing. So, you know, whatever you guys make, this will help you identify where the carbon footprint is low and where is it high, and how you can optimize those processes. So I encourage you to take a look at this product as well. So what else? There is some additional stuff here. Let's see what else on the web client, right? So I did mention some of the areas that are covered, but obviously we're going to expand it. This is the main efforts in terms of development, really extending the sales and the purchasing, extending services, financials, which is not complete yet, extending payment support, inventory management, projects, production, bill of material, human resources, more analytics. Again, you're going to see more of the analytics tomorrow, but we're going to improve those even more. Integration and extensibility, really providing the option to extend the web client even more. I know a lot of you have custom solutions, third-party solutions that you're using on a daily basis, and we're going to slowly, you know, increase the option to extend. So meaning take an existing, you know, web client app and add to it, or add additional apps. You can do some of it already today, but it's still kind of work in process. Oh, that was my last slide. So yeah, I mean, I think just overall, as I said in the beginning, it's about, it really is about taking what we have already, which is a mature product, go to market with it, make it more cloud accessible. And again, it's not just for new customers. You can switch today, right? You have it side by side. You can use Business One as is. You can use it in the cloud. You can use it on any device. And really leveraging more of those intelligent technologies. So again, this is where SAP is going, and I think it's overall good news for Business One and for the entire ecosystem. So I'm excited. So,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Idit.
Yeah, back to you, Clara.
Thank you very, very much. I just want to point out that several of the things that Mauricio and Idit have been mentioning, you can find in the agenda of the customer day. So Mauricio was mentioning the continuous user enablement. We have a session. I'm going to do a session on all the tools that you have to continuously keep learning SAP. And also on that presentation, I'm going to include a tutorial on how to interact with the customer influence page that Idit was mentioning just right now, which is a fantastic way that you can actually be a part of SAP Business One's future. And it's like, it's really influential. That's what Idit was mentioning. So if you want to join that session, it's going to be tomorrow. Today at 1:05 p.m. we have a presentation on the customer checkout that Mauricio was mentioning before, the point of sale solution that integrates with SAP Business One. And Idit will be back tomorrow with a detailed demo on web client that I think it's fantastic, and you shouldn't miss that one because you're going to start using it. And like Idit was saying, those of you who were here last year, you're going to be amazed by how much is is now available at the web client, and it's new. If you all agree, I have a little surprise. I didn't know if we were going to have time, but I think we do. And it's just, I want to share with everybody that today a success customer video has been released by SAP, and it's one of our beloved customers. So I wanted to share it with everybody, if you don't mind. Let me see if I can share my screen. And this having a customer story published by SAP, it's a fantastic way to gain exposure, right? This is our customer, Northwest Manufacturing. They're based in Idaho, and they work in the agricultural industrial distribution. And this was an initiative by SAP and by Consensus to go visit them and tell their story. I think it's a beautiful video. And when SAP shares this video on their platforms, you see that you got this fantastic exposure, because SAP, of course, has a lot of followers. So I just wanted to invite all our customers here today to watch this video and meet Northwest Manufacturing, one of our beloved customers. But also, if you would like to have your story told, please contact us, because both SAP and Consensus were always happy to create these videos. Okay, so let's watch Northwest Manufacturing story. Oops.
Northwest Manufacturing Equipment started back in 1995. We've been in business in the same area for 28 years now, and we manufacture all kinds of agricultural products for farmers, anywhere from potatoes all the way up to hay products. We are very unique in the way that we not only have our own production, but we also are able to order a lot of the products from other companies to sell to our farming customers. When we purchased the company, we were able to do the transition with SAP Business One very easily. We went from old to new. It was very seamless, and we were able to service our customers and continue on with business the way it was done before and not miss a beat.
With SAP Business One, it is a lot faster to go into one screen and use the golden arrow. It will take you to the bill of material. It'll take you to if somebody has it on order, and it does make the job faster.
Since we switched over to SAP Business One, I have found it very easy to use. It was very easy to learn. It has really helped me in my job that I'm able to do more research, do it quicker, and find things that I need to find more easily.
Farming is evolving, and I think that SAP Business One is got so much more potential that we have yet to touch on that is going to allow us to continue with that evolution of farming. So I'm very confident and without any concerns that we'll be able to stay up with that.
The reporting that Consensus helped us find and work with actually gave us the ability to know where we could grow our business, how we can grow our business, and to what level we want to be at. They put together a team that was specific just for our office, and we were able to make it so seamless and so easy, and constant support throughout the entire process.
Since using SAP Business One, we now have real-time information that shows me exactly what I need now and in the future, and it's been a big help as far as the purchasing goes.
Having our bin locations put on our pick sheets has cut our missed picks in half.
To me, Consensus is top-notch.
The investment in SAP Business One is absolutely worth it.
SAP Business One, in 2 words, it would be run simple.
With SAP Business One and Consensus, it gives us the information we need to be able to know where we're going to grow, and we definitely see a very bright future ahead.
Muted.
Thank you very much to everyone at Norwest for hosting us there, and thank you to the team at SAP that worked on this video. I hope you all liked it. We are done for this session. Please remember that the next session is on creating posting periods. So if you are the person in charge of doing that for your company, I really encourage you to attend, or if you can send that information to the user that is in charge of creating new posting periods for 2023. This is a session that is just in time. This is something that all companies should be doing right now. So again, Mauricio, thank you very much. Idit, lovely to have you here. Thank you for also committing to coming back tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. And to all of you, thank you very much for joining us. Please remember to rate the session and log into the next one and review the agenda to see if there's something else that you might be interested in seeing. Thank you all.
Thanks and bye.
Bye.